wanted to talk to you about today is that we dive deep into all the different ways of being seen, but we start with overcoming the fear of being seen. It's really important that we understand what the underlying fear is for ourselves. So I'm going to share these with you, a brief overview. So the first one is fear of judgment, really having a fear of being criticized, right? Maybe you're worried about showing up to a specific audience. I know for some people, they have a fear of being seen in front of their families and friends because that is a different part of their life versus the entrepreneurship part of their life or version of their life. So they have a fear of judgment, maybe being criticized, maybe people don't understand what you're doing, right? Fear of being trolled, fear of getting that negative feedback on something that you're going to post, or fear of being perceived as not as inadequate, like not knowing what you're talking about, not really knowing what you're doing, or who is she to be doing this, right? So that fear of judgment. There's fear of rejection. There's the fear of the possibility of not being liked. And I'm going to share with you, I hope that not everybody likes you, because we're not here to serve everyone. And you should be putting your stake in the ground on what you stand for as far as the solution that you provide, the problem that you solve and the solution that you provide. And you should stand strong on that. And it can be different than how somebody else provides a solution in your space. So for example, in business strategy, my strategy is different than many other people's strategy out there. And many other people's strategy out there is different than mine. And that's okay. We all agree that we can disagree on what we know works for our clients and how we move them through the process we move them through. But really putting your stake in the ground means that not everybody's going to like you. And we don't want everybody to like you. You're not here to serve everyone. There's also impostor syndrome that creeps up. And this shows up a lot when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, when you're moving to the next level. I'm not good enough. And this shows up around, lack of self-worth or unworthiness. You're starting to doubt your own abilities. Maybe you're seeing someone else in your space who's crushing it, right? And maybe they are teaching something different, or they have a different spin on how they provide the solution to their audience. So you start doubting what your accomplishment, and you start doubting what your expertise is. So I want you to find evidence, because if this is where you're feeling stuck, then find evidence of why and how what your system or how you help people overcome this problem that they have, and you're taking them to the solution. So if you feel like imposter syndrome is creeping up, you could be about to up level. And anytime we're stepping out of that comfort zone box, imposter syndrome is going to show up. Am I ready for this? Am I good enough for this next level, right? But if you are feeling that creeping up when you're putting out your content or you're showing up in different stages, then I invite you to find your own evidence. And that could be in the form of testimonials and social proof. So when you're getting testimonials, keep them close, read them every day, watch the videos every day, because that's going to help you move through that process. And then there's fear of failure, fear of falling flat on your face. Everybody's going to know that I didn't succeed. What if I take this action and I fail? Well, I'm going to share with you, every action that you take brings you clarity. So every time you take a step forward, whether it's the right step or the wrong step, and I don't believe there's any wrong step, there's no failing. There's just learning and growing and moving forward. So let's replace failure with forward movement. And every time you take action, whether it's considered right or wrong, it's giving you one step in the direction that you need to go, whether it's you need to pivot that direction or you keep going straight for the moment. Because I guarantee you, if you consistently take action, then there's going to be some action that may not get the results that you want to get. Doesn't mean it's the wrong action, just means that you get to tweak it and keep moving forward. And then there's the fear of success, which is just as paralyzing and powerful as the fear of failure. And this could be around, if I get more successful, am I going to need to be more visible, right? Am I going to need to work harder? Like, I don't want to be working 24/7, but if I get more successful, I'm going to be working more. I'm going to have more responsibility. Do I want that responsibility, right? And am I going to be able to maintain? The pressure of maintaining that level of success can weigh heavily on you. Then it's paralyzing you before you even get there. So you're worried about something that hasn't happened yet to the capacity that you're worried about it in. So, can I sustain that level of success? Am I going to need to work harder in order to maintain that level of success? So the fear of success is also something that could be holding you back in getting visible. Those are all the fears. There are some psychological things too that could be holding you back. We're not going to talk about that today, but I want you to go through the fears that I just shared with you and see which one resonates the most with you. And there might be a couple. I know I had fear of judgment, held me back in a huge way. Perfectionism is another one. Are you trying to get everything perfect? Your hair perfect, your makeup perfect, your content perfect, your background perfect? your lighting perfect, your microphone, your sound perfect. Not everything's going to be perfect all the time. Let it go and keep moving forward, keep taking action. And it's going to work out the way it should work out. Everything is working for you, not against you, right? So if you are a recovering perfectionist like me, hi, my name is Heidi. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Learn to let things go and have fun with the process and shake it off when things go wrong, because that's how things work. And your audience doesn't like perfect. They don't resonate with perfect. If you're trying to show up perfect all the time and you are putting on that persona of perfectionism all the time, then you're probably going to struggle inside of your business because you're unattainable, you're untouchable. And we want our audience to feel connected, like that they can trust us, that they like us, they know who we are, even though we're virtual, and that they can trust us. So go through this 10 minutes to win it. And I want you to recognize and acknowledge the underlying fears of being seen. When you can recognize them and acknowledge them, then you're one step closer to moving forward and overcoming them.